Good morning and welcome to Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. My name is Greg Benson.
And my name is Craig Benzine, and I'm really hoping that voice doesn't last the whole episode.
What are you talking about? What voice do you mean?
This is your TV announcer voice or radio announcer voice?
This is my actual voice. This is the first time I actually feel comfortable enough to use it here on the podcast.
What set it off? Why did you finally become comfortable using your real voice after?
I went through a lot of therapy, and I had to deal with a lot of tragic things that happened in my past, a lot of sadness. I had to deal with all the sadness, all the things that happened, and finally my true voice came out. And, all right, I'm just going to drop that.
Okay.
I don't want to do that anymore.
You don't want to have overcome all the sadness anymore. You're burying it back down.
I'm gonna bottle it. I'm gonna bottle it up again. I feel that's what Americans are best at, bottling up all the sadness.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point in bringing it all out? Bottle it up. What's the harm? What's the harm?
So welcome to this episode of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce, which is titled "Bottle Up the Sadness!"
Yeah. Or can we call it "Bottle Up Those Feelings"?
Bottle up your feelings.
Yeah.
Bottle up your feelings.
Bottle up your feelings.
All right, I'm gonna make a note of that. Bottle up your feelings.
And in fact, I love that a good chunk of every episode is discussing the title of the episode.
Everybody loves that. It's everyone's favorite part.
Yes, it is, because it's so important. It makes you feel like you're listening to something so important.
Well, they're part of the process. That's the thing. We have allowed our viewers to be part of the process of podcast making.
Yeah. It is a big mystery how a podcast gets made. So when you let people in,
it's like, how does the soup get made? Nobody knows. It's not like there's a recipe that you can follow to make soup. You know what I mean?
There's lots of recipes for lots of soup.
Okay, so all I'm hearing is arguments right now. I'm trying to just make a point, and you're arguing with me. And all I'm saying is, when you make soup, there's not like a recipe that you can follow to make that soup. I think we both agree with that.
What are you talking about? There's recipes everywhere.
Yeah, but not for soup. We can agree that recipes exist, but not for soup. You cannot follow a recipe to make a soup. Is all I'm saying.
Why is that? Why do you think that? Because you can follow recipe. You yourself just said that there are recipes for other things.
Recipes exist for other foods, but not for soups. Everybody knows that. Because when you make a soup, you've got a big pot, you put a bunch of things in it, and then it ends up like, oh, look, I made soup. That's how it works. It's not like you can just look, oh, here's a recipe book. Oh, I'm going to go to the soup section. That doesn't exist.
So how do you make soup? Can you tell me a soup that you make?
Yeah. You get a pot, you put a bunch of stuff in it, bam, soup.
No, that put a bunch of stuff in part. That's doing a lot of heavy lifting in your description.
I skip past the part where I just read all the ingredients off the recipe list and then I add them in to make the soup.
So that part right there where you're reading off of the recipe, that's a recipe. That's a recipe.
Oh, that's the recipe.
Yeah.
Okay.
The recipe is the recipe. Yeah.
You know what? That wasn't clear.
Wasn't it?
That wasn't clear. So I didn't really understand that part.
Oh, so it's someone else's fault for not making it clear?
You can't blame a person for not understanding that there really are recipes for soups. You can't blame a person for something like that.
Well, who do you blame? Or what do you blame?
I'm not going to play the blame game with you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Maybe it is
best. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's best to let's not blame people.
All right.
Anything.
So listen, we
don't have to throw blame around.
Listen, from October 8, 2018 until October 31, 2018, there were a lot of illnesses breaking out because people were getting E. coli, and it took people a while to figure out that it was coming from, as you may remember, romaine lettuce. Now, this was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, big E. coli breakout in 11 states here in the United States of America. And there were a lot of people getting sick, and it was not good.
Yeah. It is not good.
Not good at all. You don't want E. coli. Apparently, E. coli is not a fun thing to have.
So why are we talking about this now?
Because this is a podcast about lettuce, and we have lettuce things to discuss. And so people all of a sudden were like, oh, I don't want to eat lettuce, because they were afraid of getting all sick and stuff, because that's the way people are,
Mm-hmm. There's a new strain of E. coli, apparently.
Is that right? Tell me about it.
Yeah. CDC, new strain of E. coli behind leafy green food-borne illnesses. Here's the thing. I look up lettuce news before we record these podcasts diligently. Yeah, and almost every, I'd say about 97% of the articles are about some recall, some strain of something in lettuce.
Do you know what I find ironic about that is people eat lettuce, they eat salads to be healthy. But if you're getting E. coli, that's the opposite of good health. So
that's true.
I feel like some people are being punished for trying to be healthy.
I'm not saying that lettuce is a dangerous thing and we should all be scared of it. I'm just saying there's so little to talk about with lettuce that the only thing you can talk about is when it goes bad. That's the only thing you can talk about.
I guess so. So apparently in April of this year, there was a recall on lettuce. The recalled product has the potential to be contaminated with Listeria monocytogenes.
Yep. Monocytogenes.
An organism which can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections in young children, frail or elderly people, or others with weakened immune systems. Now, come on, man.
See, this is why I don't tend to talk about that type of lettuce news, because it's kind of a downer.
That's a bit of a downer. And all we want to do is just eat lettuce and be healthy. Can't we all just eat lettuce?
Is that what we want?
By the way, I want to point out that the largest U.S. E. coli outbreak occurred in 1999 at a county fair due to contaminated drinking water and involved 781 ill persons, 9% of whom were hospitalized, and two of them died.
Greg.
Yeah.
Did like a friend of yours just tell you about E. coli? Did you just learn about E. coli for the first time and now you're just Googling it and you just want to say things?
I just wanted to share some news here. I mean, you always do the lettuce news, and I just figure I do some lettuce news also.
Okay, but you're really focusing in on the E. coli.
Okay, so a lot of people want to know what's going on with lettuce right now. Like, what's the current lettuce news? So apparently, most of the United States iceberg and romaine lettuce supply is grown in Central California's warm climate areas. However, in the fall of 2022, lettuce in this region was infected with Impatiens necrotic spot virus, an insect-borne virus that damaged
can we do lettuce news that isn't about
farmers' crops.
Can we do lettuce that isn't about lettuce news that isn't about being infected?
Yeah.
Or or disease of any kind?
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Sure. Okay.
How about this?
All right.
Lady Gaga has just created a wedding dress made of iceberg lettuce.
I think you just made that up.
Yes, I did, but it's it's positive and it's exciting. And you're like, I want to see Lady Gaga dressed in a bunch of lettuce.
It's an improvement. Craig.
Do you remember when she wore the meat dress?
Yes, that's why I knew you made it up, because you just remembered that she wore the meat dress.
She wore a meat dress, and I got to tell you something. Yeah. I bet that when she was finished wearing that dress, I bet she just threw it away. She didn't save it to wear it again.
Oh, you don't think she ate the meat?
She didn't eat the meat, didn't donate her meat dress to homeless people for them to have a lovely steak. She probably wore the meat dress, and then she had one of her people throw it out in the garbage.
So you're accusing Lady Gaga of being wasteful?
I bet she didn't even compost it. I bet she did not even compost her meat dress.
You're doing a lot of assuming here, Greg.
You're right.
You don't
know. Let me Google this. Did Lady Gaga... Oh, wait, I spelled go-go. Gaga compost her meat dress. All right, that's what I just...
And you know how I knew you were lying about the lettuce dress? Because I would be disappointed. It would be too disappointing if that were true, that Lady Gaga was just decided to do a lettuce dress as well. That's like... It's like not even as shocking as a meat dress. It's like a step down.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There is an article from September 3, 2015. Now, she wore the meat dress in September of 2010. There's an article from 2015 that says Lady Gaga's meat dress looks pretty bleak now.
Oh.
The famous meat dress that Lady Gaga wore to the 2010 MTV Video Awards still exists 5 years after she wore it. If you're eating or about to, you might want to step away from your food before you scroll any further down. Lady Gaga wore a raw meat dress to the 2010 MTV Music Video Awards. And it says here, she loaned her media ensemble boots and all to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, who have the outfit on display in their Women Who Rock exhibition. Okay?
Yeah.
And apparently they decided to preserve it like beef jerky, so it's taxidermied. Her dress is taxidermied. The plan for the future outfit, nobody has tried anything like this before, and so a lot of conservators have never experienced this, they said. There was another meat dress in the past, but they actually let it rot. It wasn't preserved at all. This one is different since it's now beef jerky. We're assuming the lifespan of this dress is the lifespan of beef jerky. We're looking forward to seeing what that's like. Wow. Now, that was in 2015, and I don't see a more recent article about what has happened to her meat dress.
Huh. There's got to be a more recent article. Now I'm very curious about this. And in fact, we should title this episode "What Happened to Lady Gaga's Meat Dress."
That's just going to get people to listen to it.
I know, and but we also have to get to the bottom of what's happening with it now.
Now here's a fact that a lot of people don't know. You know, a lot of people think about Madonna and how popular she is and how she's a grown adult woman, but a lot of people don't realize Madonna actually used to be a very small young child.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a fact. That is a fact.
That's it?
Yeah, that can be verified. That is a fact that is completely verifiable. She used to be a small young child, and when she was a small young child, she wasn't even famous at all.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So,
everyone can assume that.
A lot of people don't even think about that,
Maybe small children don't think about that. Maybe, but other than that, I think most people do. I think most of our audience isn't small children, Greg. So
let me just say this. I have seen a lot of comments on our YouTube videos that you've put up, and I've seen a lot of reviews on Apple Podcasts. No one has ever mentioned how Madonna used to be a small child, and she was not at all famous when she was that small young child.
Yeah.
And so I don't think people are thinking about it as much as you think they are, because no one has said a thing about it.
Well, I'm not saying that's what they're thinking about all the time. I'm just saying they're aware of it.
You just said that. If you rewind the reel to reel tapes, if you put a pencil, if you take the tape off of the head,
I don't know
from the gears, use
kind
a pencil,
of technology
use a pencil to rewind.
You think we're using? Are you not recording this episode? Do you not have the software to record
I'm not recording. I'm not recording this at all.
Oh, okay.
This is not being recorded. I probably should be recording this because this is a very good episode.
Oh, geez. So on the Lady Gaga's meat dress of Lady Gaga is a Wikipedia page.
Oh, great, good.
And
it's got its own Wikipedia page.
Yeah, meat dress of Lady Gaga. And this sentence here, starting from 2019, the dress is presented to the public in Las Vegas at the House of Gaga Museum inside the Park MGM Casino, coinciding with Gaga's residency in the building.
There's a House of Gaga museum?
There was, at least, during her residency in Las Vegas in 2019.
I'm going to tell you something about Lady Gaga that a lot of people don't know. And I know that I get a lot of insider information because I am in the entertainment industry in Los Angeles, and you hear things and you learn things, and some things you don't want to hear, some things you don't want to learn, but you hear them anyway.
Yeah.
So I will tell you a true fact about Lady Gaga is that she has an absolutely beautiful singing voice.
Everyone knows that, Greg. Everyone.
I feel like a lot of people don't know that.
Greg, that is not insider information. You've been in LA too long to So you can't even discern what is public knowledge and what is insider information.
This is one of those things you just hear in LA. Sometimes you're at a party in LA. Sometimes people tell you like little secrets like, oh, by the way, did you hear about Lady Gaga? And I'm like, oh, no, what? What's the latest news? And they're like, she's got an absolutely beautiful singing voice. And you're like, oh, wow. Wow, thank you. And they're like, don't tell anybody. And then you keep it to yourself for a while. But then finally the news just comes out. You share it.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think anyone said that to you. I don't think they said it in that way. I don't think they may have said, oh, that Lady Gaga, she has a beautiful singing voice. I don't think they would, no sane person would have framed that as insider information.
Now you're just assuming that LA is full of sane people.
Oh, okay. Okay, you got me there.
Yeah, Greg. You're just making assumptions. And when you make assumptions, you make an ass out of you and umptions.
Umptions, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I think there are a lot of people you could describe as not sane in LA, but I think proportionally, there's not sane people everywhere. It's kind of the same.
I guess that's true. What's the most irrational superstition you have?
I don't really have any superstitions.
You don't? You're not like, oh no, I broke a mirror. Now I'm going to have 7 years of bad luck.
No, I don't care about that.
I break a mirror every single day.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. The shop owner is so angry with me. Like every time I come in, he's like, no, not another one. And I'm like, bam, before he can do anything. And he's like, get the hell out of my shop. But he always replaces the mirror. There's always a new mirror in the same place every single day. And I'm like, if he didn't want me to break the mirror every day, he wouldn't replace it. But I'm proving a point. I have not had 7 years bad luck, and I've broken so many years. I don't know if it's 7 years concurrently or if they're consecutive 7-year bad luck sentences.
Wait, concurrent? Oh, so like
I don't know if
you just like compile upon the bad luck.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you get if you break two mirrors in the same day, that would be 14 years of bad luck. Is that 14 years back to back, or is the two 7-year sentences on top of each other?
Or is it the 7 years, the same 7 years, just even worse luck?
It could be double bad luck. Yeah. But my point is, I've broken so many mirrors, never had a single day of bad luck in my life. There's never been anything bad that's ever happened to me.
Nothing bad has ever happened to you?
Never.
I remember you describing you had an operation on your knee.
Right. Yes, I did that. Yeah. Also, my dad died, and my first marriage ended in divorce. I guess some bad things did happen to me.
Yeah.
But
I wasn't going to bring up those other things.
But besides those things, nothing bad has ever happened to me.
Yeah. Okay. Bad things happen to everybody, Greg. It's all right. You don't have to deny bad things. All right,
it's true. Plenty of bad things happen, but that's just life. Sometimes good things happen. Yeah. Sometimes bad things happen.
And sometimes you wear a dress made of meat.
I don't.
Oh, I guess I've never done that either yet.
Yeah.
I hope to.
Who's the most embarrassing person that you ever had a crush on?
Well, my first crush, it wasn't embarrassing.
It wasn't?
But it's Jennifer Connelly. When I was a kid, I had a crush on Jennifer Connelly.
Didn't everybody have a crush on Jennifer Connelly?
I think so. See, that's not why it's not embarrassing.
Are you still hot for Scarlett Johansson? Just say yes. Just say yes.
Okay, sure, yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, she's a lovely lady.
Mm-hmm.
And Scarlett, if you're listening, I am married and unavailable.
Yes, me too.
Oh, yes. I am unavailable to you, Scarlett. Sorry to disappoint you.
The tone of voice and the words did not match.
It didn't?
No.
Okay. What is the weirdest food combination that you enjoy?
Is this Chat GPT questions? Is this...
No.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
No. I Googled random questions to ask your friends, and I came up with a website called Random Questions to Ask Your Friends.
Okay.
And it lists 41 questions.
Okay, so what was the question?
What is the weirdest food combination that you enjoy?
Probably. I can't think of one.
I know what you're going to say. I know the
what?
answer. Walking on sunshine.
That's not a food combination. That's
No,
a
that's
song.
the answer to the next question. What song would make the best theme music for you?
Walking on Sunshine.
That's exactly what I said. You didn't believe me.
Wow.
Come on. There must be a weird food combination that you enjoy. Like, oh yeah, I like to put sardines on top of crackers and put some mustard on it.
There probably is, but I can't think of it right now.
Well, I just thought of it for you. You like to put sardines on crackers with a little Dijon mustard on it.
That is delicious. That's not weird.
It actually is delicious. I've had that. Water crackers. Yeah. Water crackers with a little sardines.
Yeah.
And some Dijon.
Uh-huh.
It's actually pretty
delicious.
Good.
Yeah. I can't think of a weird one.
Something with olives?
I don't really like olives.
Okay. Well, then anything that you do with... A lot of people don't like olives. I love olives. A lot of people don't like them.
I used to love olives, and then China convinced me. Like, I've convinced her to like a lot of things. Like, when she first started dating me, she didn't even
China convinced you that you don't like a certain food?
Well,
how does that work?
It wasn't like she here's why you shouldn't like this. It was just that for so long we just didn't have things with olives in them, and then I one day had a taco dip at VidCon, actually, or maybe it was Playlist. I don't remember. There was a taco dip, and I'm like, ooh, tacos. All I could taste was black olive, and it ruined the taco dip for me.
So you go to a fancy like tapas restaurant, and they bring you out a plate of really good quality like Italian olives, like really good olives. You're not going to eat the olives?
I probably will. I don't mind like an olive, a fancy olive by itself. I will enjoy. China will not touch it. But
she will not touch it. Can't touch this, as they say.
Yes, but when an olive is in other things,
Can't
it takes over. Yeah. We get the reference. Yeah.
Can't touch this.
Right. Yeah.
Doo. Can't touch this. Doo. All right, I'm done.
Are you?
Doo.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, that's it.
When there's olives in something, it takes over the flavor and it kind of ruins it.
See, I feel that way about onions. I feel like onions overpower stuff. That's why I don't like onions on my pizza, because then the whole pizza just tastes like onion. I can't taste anything else.
China, when we first started dating, China didn't like onions. Now she loves onions.
See, I like onions, but I don't like to put them on things where they're just going to take over. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't. Yeah, if it's too oniony, it's too oniony.
Yeah.
But
on a burger, I can handle grilled onions on a burger. I don't like just a raw onion on my burger, because then the whole burger just tastes like onions.
Yeah, I actually don't love a raw onion on a burger, especially if it's like a full slice of an onion. That's like too much. If it's a little bit, it's okay.
Little tiny thing, little tiny ring of onion. I can handle that. For just a little, but really, you grill those onions.
I feel like you
have a whole different experience when you grill an onion. It's like melted Swiss cheese. A melted Swiss cheese, a very different experience from a non-melted Swiss cheese. God, I'm glad we can have this conversation.
You have a reasonable like for onions. What? What'd you say?
I'm so glad we're having this conversation. We never talk about onions and Swiss cheese on this podcast.
We never do. So, but you have a reasonable opinion of onions, I think. You just don't want it to be too oniony, but you like onions.
I'm a reasonable man.
Well,
I am a reasonable man, and as any reasonable man would tell you, now it's time for the Patreon-only bonus section, starting now.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/2guystalkingaboutlettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
And that's the end of the Patreon-only bonus section. Disregard everything that we said in that section.
Oh, no.
It's over, and there's nothing to see here, folks.
So
nothing to see here.
If you ever say something that you regret, Do you?
I try to cover it up. I cover it up like that, so I distract.
Try to say that,
I distract
you try
people.
To say that that's the end of the Patreon only section?
Yes.
Is that what you say?
Nothing to see here. Nothing to hear. Look at the silly monkey.
That's the end of the Patreon only section?
Yeah, I do. If you could swap lives with one of your friends, don't say me. If you could swap lives with one of your friends, who would it be?
I can't say you?
No, you can't say me. Because that's weird. That's just weird if you do that.
Yeah. Okay, well, I met Matt Damon once. So
makes him your friend.
I would say Matt Damon. I'd swap lives with him.
Just so you could have
for a short time.
So you could have an Oscar on your shelf?
Yes. Is this a permanent swap life?
It is permanent. It is absolutely permanent.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to swap lives.
You have to.
With anyone.
You have to swap lives with someone, and it has to be permanent.
Oh, geez. All right. Then I will swap lives with my youngest neighbor so that I can see my daughter grow up.
Oh, my God. That's like the most touching thing I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful, Craig. That was legitimately beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
I'm blown away.
Well, good.
I don't know what to say.
Well, who would you swap lives with?
You.
You can't say me. Can't say me.
No, I did already.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. You're getting a phone call. Who is it?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is going to keep happening because... Yep. Because...
Do you have a meeting right now that you forgot about?
No. My daughter calls her friend with FaceTime, and her friend calls back. And you can't, when you put on Do Not Disturb, it does not work with FaceTime.
Well, now that's weird.
Yeah. So,
well, then that's just gonna make this more exciting.
Sure is. I think. Well, she's not calling back right now, so that's good.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Her friend will call over and over trying to get to talk to Ada, but it's just not gonna. I hope it does. I hope it stops. What were we talking about? Swapping. Yeah, you're gonna swap lives with me.
Yeah. I'm swapping lives with you. It's gonna be great. You'll be able to watch. You'll be my next door neighbor. You'll be able to watch me raise your daughter, raise your family for the rest of our lives.
Wait. So
you'll be stuck in the body of your next door neighbor.
Well, but
you'll be watching me raise your daughter.
That would be terrible.
And be married to your wife.
That is terrible.
For the rest of your life.
And you'll be walking around like normal, like I would be, and then as soon as you see me, you'll just give a little wink.
I'll give you a little wink, and I'll be like, "Look at me, I'm Craig Benzine. You're not. I'm Craig Benzine, and you're not anymore, but I am."
And then China will come back, and you'll just go back to normal.
Yeah. I'll be like, "Oh, hi, China. I'm not Greg Benson, that's for sure."
Okay, see that.
And she'll be like, "Why do you always say that?" I'm like, "No reason. That's not something Greg Benson would say. I'm your husband," is what I would say.
I think she'd figure it out, actually.
I don't think she would.
I feel like I don't think you'd be that good at being me. I don't know. You don't think you'd be that hard?
I think I'd be pretty good. Oh, what do you got to do? Grow a beard? That's all you got to do is grow a beard.
I think if I were swapped lives with you,
I'm sorry, you just said swapped wives.
If I swapped lives with you, I would. Let's not dwell on.
Not dwell on what you said. Letting your true feelings out.
No. So if I swapped lives with you, I feel like I would just be exhausted. Was what I was going to say. I would just be exhausted the whole time.
No, you have no idea. I feel like your life is more exhausted because you are constantly working. You're constantly making videos, working. Most of my time is leisure time. Most of my life is leisure time life.
But you could, if you swap lives with me, you could just stop working. You could just stop doing the work that I'm doing and do something else. I would still have to act like you, which would be exhausting. I think.
Would it?
I think it would. See, I think I'm a little bit more lazy. In conversation, you are very active. And so I'd have to be on all the time.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm more lazy like in life in general, and I feel like you are more of a go-getter because you go and you get things. You need to get something, you go get it. That's what you do.
Maybe, but you could just stop doing that. I don't think anyone would suspect anything.
Like, how come Craig doesn't go and get things anymore? He used to be a go-getter. Now he doesn't go and he doesn't get. He doesn't do either.
They're not going to suspect anything, though. They'll just be like, oh, he's just a loser now. But
all right.
But with you, I'd have to every conversation. I'd have to, pretend to care.
Yeah, I suppose so. All right. If you could, let's see. What is what is the most embarrassing thing your parents have ever done?
Most embarrassing thing my parents have ever done.
Yeah, not parrots. Not parrots.
I don't even know if you
parrots. I don't even know if you have parrots.
How many
parrots do you have?
At least 0.
Okay. So, well, then that means you possibly have more than 0 parrots. That's too many parrots.
Okay.
I don't know how many parrots you have, but it's too many.
I have
parents. Your mother and father is what I'm saying.
And I said parents. That's what I said.
I didn't say parrots. I said parents.
I know.
Right. What is the most embarrassing thing your parents have ever done?
Greg, I don't know. These are hard questions. I can't think of anything.
It's not that hard. I'll answer it for you.
Okay.
They kept saying, Polly want a cracker. Polly want a cracker.
No, that's parrot. That's a parrot.
I didn't say.
And why is that embarrassing?
I didn't say parrots.
Yeah.
I said parents. Your parents, your mom and your dad are always walking around going, Polly want a cracker. Polly want a cracker.
Sure.
And their name's not even Polly.
Okay. Greg.
Yeah.
My parents are not parrots.
Okay. What is a lie or exaggeration you said to impress someone you had a crush on? A lie or exaggeration you said to impress someone you had a crush on.
I can't think of these. These are very specific things, and I can't think of an answer.
It's your life. You have all the memories in here in your brain area.
I forget these things.
I don't have them in your mind, Grapes.
And I generally try to be an honest person. So
I know, but you exaggerated something because you had a crush on that one girl with the red hair, and you're like, "Oh, it's the girl with the red hair. I better tell her something I did." And you're like, "Oh, I can bench press 375 or whatever you said to her."
Did that? I never talked about how much I can bench press. I don't even know how much I can bench press.
I don't either. I have no idea.
Yeah.
If someone said to me, "Bro, do you even lift?" I'd go like, "No, I don't."
The only thing I could brag about that would make any sense when I was in high school would be like, I can beat Super Mario Brothers without dying. Like, that's like the best I could do,
Wow.
Yeah.
It'd be horrible, like if someone played Super Mario Brothers and they died. Like
that's true.
That would be awful. I think the game would be banned.
Yeah.
I think that there would be like activist groups who would get it banned and say, this is not safe. Our children are playing this and dying. This is awful.
Yeah. I'm with you, Greg.
I would not buy a game like that.
Yeah. Well, it's dangerous.
It's
video
too
game
dangerous.
Playing is a dangerous thing. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What does your mother yell at you when she's angry?
I feel like these are questions for 10-year-olds, maybe.
No.
Yeah.
No, this is a legitimate question. What does your mother yell at you when she's angry? You know your mom gets angry sometimes. She has a temper. When she gets angry at you, what does she yell?
Well, if back when I was living with my mom, when I was a kid, she would probably yell, there were probably a lot of reasons to yell because I was always like, no, I don't want to do that. So she just yelled that, yes, you have to do this.
Oh my God. Yeah. You were contrary?
Yes.
Man.
I was a stubborn, contrary kid, just like my daughter.
Oh my God. She got it from you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It serves you right. I was always an agreeable kid, and that's why our son is completely agreeable all the time.
Yeah. Were you an agreeable kid?
Pretty much, yeah.
I was not.
I'd just be like, all right, let's live life. That's how I was as a kid. All right, life. Woohoo, life.
Mm-hmm.
Some kids are like that, and some kids are like, no.
And I was like,
no, I don't want to live life.
No death.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my mom, when she would be angry at me, she would just call me Gregory. That's how I knew that she was angry. Gregory?
Yeah. Yeah. I think she would say because I said so a lot, or...
Yeah. Why, Mom? Because I said so. I'm your mother. That's why. Craig Benzine.
Yeah.
You get in.
Probably...
You get in this room, wheezy waiter. That's probably what she'd say to you when you were a kid. You get in this room, wheezy waiter.
That's where I got the name for my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Many years later.
Yeah, because that's what she'd call you when you were when she was angry. All right, here's another. Here's a good one.
Yeah.
What is the wackiest thing you ever did to help a friend?
The wackiest.
The wackiest. That's an easy question. Everybody knows the answer to that, top of their head. What's the wackiest thing you ever did to help a friend?
Well, the wackiest. First, I have to decide what wacky means.
Yeah.
And then
I'm gonna Google it. Hang on.
Okay.
Define.
I mean, is helping
wacky.
a friend move wacky?
Wacky means funny or amusing in a slightly odd or peculiar way. Thank you, Google. Thank you, Google Dictionary. A funny or amusing in a slightly odd or peculiar way.
I probably bought a card that had funny things on it.
Man. God, there is no stopping you. You are nutty. You are. Oh, here's a good one. Okay, this one anybody can answer. What fictional character would you most like to be friends with?
What fictional character? Probably Daddy Warbucks.
Oh, I see. Because he'd give you some money.
I'd want to know.
Just all about money.
Tips. I'd want tips about life being bald. You know.
Okay, so it's not about the money.
Not at all.
Daddy Warbucks got a lot of money.
Oh, that's news to me.
Lots of money. Very wealthy fictional character.
Well, I was just thinking about the baldness thing. So, what about you? Which fictional character would you want to be friends with?
Jesus. Okay, what is your favorite topic to talk about?
It's really not. Your answer is really not something to gloss over.
This is a great one. What is your favorite topic to talk about?
Who my favorite fictional character would be.
Okay, that's great. What is your preferred
friend?
This is question number 24 on the list out of 41. What is your I've skipped some. What is your preferred method of communication? Now that is a great question to ask a friend. Hey friend, what's your preferred method of communication? Everybody listening, try this with your friends.
Speech, probably.
Yeah. That's how you and I communicate. That's how we're doing it right now.
Yeah.
We're using speech.
No, honestly, actually, now that I think about it, no, texting. Texting is my favorite.
So you prefer texting over talking to people?
Well, if I'm hanging out with someone, I would rather talk to them. But if I'm...
Don't sit across the table from a friend you hadn't seen in like 15 years and then just text them.
Yeah. If I'm not with them...
Yeah.
And I'm doing something else, I would rather not talk on the phone. I would rather text.
All right. I'll text you then.
Hey, okay. No, we're doing a podcast, Greg. Greg. If we're doing like a... Okay.
I'm busy right now. I'm texting a friend of mine.
Okay, thanks. Hi. You said sup. You said, hey, sup. And then I said hi. Yeah. So what's happening?
I'm just texting you again.
Okay. So, sup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a conversation starter, because then you can tell me what's going on with you, like what's up in your life.
I'm recording a podcast with you right now.
I'm recording a podcast with you right now. Oh, you used voice to text. Well, that's great.
No. I just said it while typing.
Okay. So hang on a second. I'm gonna do voice to text right now.
Okay.
Hey, that's cool. I'm really glad to hear that. Anyway, I hope everything's going well for you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
You didn't have to say it so fast.
Yeah, but I wanted to see how well it did. Now go ahead and read what it says.
It is cool. Really glad to hear that. Anyway, I hope everything's going well for you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Wow, it actually got it. Most of it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I've always thought that you have to kind of speak clearly and slowly. But
No, I don't think so.
Apparently you don't.
Let me see.
Computers are faster than we are. All right, you're going to try something. He's going to try something. This is so exciting, guys. I mean, we don't do this in every episode. Thank God. All right, Craig's going to try something.
The cow is in the hen house. I repeat, the cow is in the hen house. Look out. Don't eat the chicken. Over.
Well, I feel like you said that pretty. The cow is in the hen house. I repeat, the cow is in the hen house. Look out. Don't eat the chicken. Over.
Oh, it worked. Yeah. Let me do it. Something faster.
It put a period after lookout, and you didn't even say period.
No, I did not.
It just added a period for you. It's like, I bet you want punctuation here.
Yeah. Like the cow being in the hen house is clearly a different subject than eating a chicken. So
don't eat the chicken. Over. Don't eat the chicken. Over.
Yeah.
Over what? Over rice?
Yeah. Maybe use quinoa instead.
All right. Oh, here's a great question. This is a great question that you can share with everybody. What is your secret hideout? I'm sorry, where is your secret hideout?
I don't have a secret hideout.
Just give us the address
of my house.
Yeah, if you don't have one, it could just be the address of your home. Give us your home address.
Okay. No, I won't. I won't be doing that.
All right. Here's another question that I think that this is another question I think you'll enjoy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is a habit you picked up from your parents? And this could be a good habit or a bad habit.
There are several words I say in a Wisconsin accent, such as, for a while, I would say sorry instead of sorry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Bagel. Yeah. I say bagel.
Bagel.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I dropped your bagel.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I dropped your bagel. Okay. What else?
Yeah. That's it, pretty much.
Okay. So just those two words, sorry and bagel.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm so sorry about your bagel.
I'm so sorry about your bagel. Yeah.
That's how they say it in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Northern Wisconsin, that's pretty spot on. Yeah.
Wow. All right. I feel like this episode should be called "I'm sorry about your bagel,"
and
they should be spelled. They should be spelled that
No,
way.
this is the meat dress episode.
I guess you're right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What is the meanest thing you ever did to a dog with a fork?
That's not a question that
it is. It's one of the questions. What is the meanest? It says question number 30. What is the meanest thing you ever did to a dog with a fork? No
one has ever asked that question ever until right now. And
okay.
You're the first person.
I'm gonna guess that your answer is you poked it with it. I'm guessing that's the answer. I'm guessing that you poked a dog with a fork.
I have never.
That's the meanest thing you ever did to a dog with a fork.
I've never poked a dog with a fork.
Well, there's still time.
Okay, good.
I mean, you have hopefully decades of life ahead of you. I hope you do.
Yeah, me too. If I poke dogs with forks,
those decades might be in prison.
Yes, they might be.
I think they would send you to prison if like all of a sudden you're just out in public poking dogs with forks. I think you might be arrested and thrown in jail. And people in jail be like, "Oh, what are you in jail for?" And you're like, poking dogs with forks." And they'd be like, "Yeah, me too." And it'd be like a whole jail full of people who just poke dogs with forks.
Oh, you think they have so many? That's such a specific.
It's like a separate jail.
It's a common problem.
It's like a separate jail just for the dog pokers.
Okay. Just put them together. Why would you want to put them together?
Dog poker jail.
Okay.
You want to keep things even. You don't want to have a murderer in with someone who stole $7 from a 7-Eleven.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Are we all sharing a cell? We're all in one cell?
Yeah, it's just one huge cell.
That seems dangerous.
Yeah, it's one huge cell, and there's like 600 of you in there.
If you're a dog poker and you go a while without poking a dog, you're going to start poking people.
Oh, no. They give you dogs and forks in there. They have a steady supply of dogs and forks.
What? Where is this?
It's a dog poking jail. Look, I've never been there. You've never been there because we obviously don't poke dogs with forks. So we're not going to go there, but that's what dog poking jail is like.
How do you know this then?
I read an article.
Okay. All right.
It was in
next question.
It was
please.
in the Oh, you want the next question? What was your best birthday ever?
Best birthday ever. I don't remember, Greg. I don't remember. Probably.
Well, don't get angry. Don't get angry at me because you don't remember your best birthday. I'll answer for you. It was your fourth birthday. Your fourth birthday party. You had cake.
Yeah.
You had some friends over. It was really fun. You had a good time.
I do remember having a good time at a McDonald's for one of my birthdays.
Okay. See, that's fine. That might have been your fourth birthday. Back when McDonald's actually made their fries with beef tallow.
Yes. That's what I remember most was the beef tallow.
The beef, you're like, beef tallow. Yeah. Crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside.
I usually got mine on the side, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finally, here is the most important question about our friendship. Question number 35 out of 41, and I'm going to stop here. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite memory of us together?
Aw.
Yeah. Isn't that nice? Nice way.
I got to say it's whatever the latest time was because it's just getting better and better.
It's right. It's right now. I'm with you. It's right now. Yeah. This memory that we're making right now as we both look each other in the eyes. I'm looking at you right in the eyes.
But you're not. But you're not.
I am. I'm looking at your eyes.
You're looking at my eyes, and I'm looking at your eyes.
You're looking down for some reason. I'm looking directly at you.
No, you're looking down as well to the side.
You're looking down to the side. I'm looking directly at you, and frankly, I think it's rude that you're not looking. I'm going to
look me in the eyes.
I am,
Greg. No, there it is. But it's also kind of not. Yeah.
Craig Benzine. Thanks for the look. Yeah. That's weird. That's weird. Here's the thing about when we do Zoom: only one of us can look the other one in the eye at the same time. Both of us can't do it. All right. No. So now it's your turn to look me directly.
But also when I'm looking you in the eyes, it does not feel to me like I'm looking you in the eyes. So it's not like
we should be doing this in person, is what you're saying.
Yes, we should.
Well, I'm just glad that we had this time together, just to have a laugh and sing a song.
Are you going to look me in the eyes now?
No.
What? There it is. But even then, it still kind of doesn't look like you're looking at me in the eyes. It looks like a little off to the side.
No, I'm looking right in. See, that's you right there. That's you.
Look slightly to your left of the camera. A little down. That looks more like you're looking at me.
You're kidding. There. That looks like I'm looking at you?
Yep. Mm-hmm. A little more. Mm-hmm.
Nope. That's weird. Okay, I'll have to check that out later. I'm actually going to watch the video later and be like, what's he talking about? That's weird. That doesn't make sense.
But do I look like I'm looking right at you right now?
Kinda.
See, like, guide my eyes to look more like I'm looking at you.
Look up a tiny bit. Up more. More. Yeah. That's it, right?
You notice that one of my eyes goes up higher than the other?
No, I've never noticed that before.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I feel like everybody's face is a little uneven in some way.
Well, no, because I got an eye injury.
Oh my God.
I see double right now looking up.
Oh shit! You know what? That's just going to get worse as you get older, and then you're going to wear glasses with a prism in them, just like mine.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what happened to me. I had an eye injury. Now I have double vision.
I always dread your horror stories of aging. I always dread them.
I got to listen. The bottom line is,
you should do a podcast called "Horror Stories of Aging."
I don't know why I'm tearing up now. Really, because I'm just so sad. I'm tearing up.
But
I want to end this on a positive note, and I want to tell you that as you get older, life gets better and better. Thanks everybody for listening to Two Guys Talk. Hang on, let me get this.
I'm talking about lettuce.
There you go. Talking about lettuce. My name is Greg Benson.
My name is Craig Benzine, and I'm looking at you directly in the eyes right now.
I'm looking all of you directly in the eyes. You enjoy your lives, everybody. That's an order.
Do it!
We'll see you next week.
Except for you.
Except for that one guy. Bye-bye.
Bye.